Alright guys, sorry about that. I had to, I realized that I didn't plug in the Elgato into my computer. I didn't realize that I didn't plug it in. But here we go again with RCW Destiny Pay-Per-View Take 2. Now, the reason why we're doing it a second time is because I tried this yesterday on 2K20. It crashed again. And I didn't have the arena made in 2K19. That's legit the only reason why I did it in 2K20. What's up, Chaotic? Good to see you in here, buddy. But I figured it out. I just made it in 2K19. That's what I did. I just made it in 2K19. And just had the same match cards as you recognize, the same match cards, same everything. And that's it, really. Couple things before we get started. One thing is I will be doing a crap ton of recording today. For the Luna Outlaw and the Bryan Outlaw My Career Universe modes. Now, those we will be using 2K20 for, because exhibition with custom arenas doesn't work too well, but exhibition with, like, the arenas in-game are completely fine. So we've been using 2K20 for the My Career Universe modes and all that good stuff. Another thing, the tournament. The EWL men's tournament is happening Saturday, tomorrow. Same thing, sort of like the women's tournament that Chaotic did on his channel. He told me that he would get back to me today. Last night he said he would get back to me today. So today he is. We're gonna crank out a few things and make sure that we have everything ready for tomorrow. So make sure you join us there for that. That should be fun. Then what we'll be doing with that is we will be planning out the universe mode. So after the men's tournament is done and the women's tournament has already been finished, we will plan out universe mode, like put the arena in universe mode, make our own show with your custom superstars, and possibly make more championships. We'll possibly make tag team titles, because right now there's only a men's world title and a women's world title. There is no like mid-card belt or a tag belt, but that was sort of the kind of plan, is that we plan to make it into like its own full show, kind of like with RCW, except RCW kind of works a little bit different than the EWL stuff. So that'll be on the website. What I plan to do is I plan to have Chaotic edit down those tournaments. And then when we stream the universe mode, once the universe mode gets kicked into high gear and we start doing things, what I plan to do is I plan to put that on the website too as well, as a website exclusive series. And all of that is just downloading the stream, editing it down, uploading it to YouTube, and then putting it on private, the privacy of the YouTube video on private, and then sharing the link with you guys on the website. So that's what's going to happen. As far as the podcast, another thing, the podcast is happening Sunday. We want to do that this Sunday, as Chaotic is not working on Sundays and Mondays, so we want to do that on Sunday. Usually I like to do it on Fridays, but I was talking with him and seeing what we could do, so we hope to have Young Sin come through. He's got kids and a wife and stuff that he's got to keep track of too as well, so we hope to have him come through with us. As those two guys will be my co-hosts on the podcast, and we'll be discussing creative freedom outside of WWE and why it is important for not only the wrestler as the entertainer, but the fans to enjoy the show and to have fun. So be there for that. I believe Chaotic will be streaming that on his channel as well. So If you don't watch it on my channel, you can watch it on his. What's going to happen in that podcast, if you're not familiar, is we kind of have like bullet points that we like to cover in that podcast specifically, just so that we stay on track, just so that we don't get off track and end up talking for forever. And then, it goes on for a lot longer than we anticipated. Sometimes with the podcast, when I start talking about wrestling, I can go on for hours and not realize how long we've been going. But really, the sheets that we have, the little sheets with the bullet points, are just kind of like an outline of what we'd like to cover. But we'd like to do this thing with you guys, the viewers, where you guys can ask us questions, either throughout the podcast or otherwise. So, or at the end of the podcast. So after we're done doing our whole spiel and doing our talks and covering everything that we've wanted to cover on the podcast, we will have a section where you guys will ask us questions, either about what we've talked about or anything, wrestling related. We really like to keep it set to the topic of the episode. And even if you don't really pay attention to a lot of the stuff in wrestling, like the storytelling and the creative aspect of it, and you're just kind of casual fan that watches it just because of wrestling, don't think that you can't contribute to the podcast and ask us questions, because let me tell you, even those people that are casual fans of wrestling that just watch it because it's wrestling and they don't pay attention to storytelling, they don't go into depth like I do or Chaotic and I do or whatever, doesn't mean that you can't contribute to the conversation and be a part of the conversation. So that's something that I love to do, and I'm so happy that Chaotic and Youngson are on board with me. So I'm really excited to have that with you guys. But without further ado, let's get this underway as we have the Undisputed Era, the RCW Tag Team Champions, the newly crowned RCW Tag Team Champions, going up against Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Now, these guys were able to beat Cedric Alexander and Aleister Black in a very brutal match, as Aleister Black and Cedric Alexander would not go down without a fight in that match. But it was Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers, who came out on top to face the Undisputed Era. Let's get this underway, folks. Let's wait no longer here, as the Tag Team Champions are about to make their way out to the ring here. They definitely shocked the system of RCW when going through the RCW Tag Team Championship tournament for the vacant RCW Tag Team titles. Now, what happened was that Rock and Roll, you know them as Rock and Hydro. They had trouble with their work visas down in Mexico, so they had to vacate the titles. Unfortunate for them. So we had to crown new champions, because this is RCW, and just because champions can't be here doesn't mean that the show just stops. So we had to crown new champions, and the only rightful way to do that was to do a tag team tournament, and the Undisputed Era were a part of that tag team tournament, and they beat some of the most decorated tag teams to get all the way to the finals and become RCW Tag Team Champions. And they'd look to defend their titles here against the decorated tag team in the Good Brothers and Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. This being their first title defense, and even though that they had just won the titles not too long ago, that doesn't mean that they are just not going to defend them. As all titles must be defended under RCW pay-per-view rules. As we are underway here, Kyle O'Reilly starting this one off here against Luke Gallows, and a super kick, though, gets Luke Gallows down to one knee. And Kyle O'Reilly starting this one off here against the big man in a forearm right in the corner here. We will also see Luna Outlaw take on Mercy Phantom next in a women's championship bout here at RCW Destiny. Now the arena maybe look a little bit different in the 2K19 version compared to 2K20, but that's okay, as Luke Gallows tags in Carl Anderson here in a flapjack. A double team flapjack here. And a senton here. Carl Anderson looking to take this one over. Rolls up Kyle O'Reilly. Almost got the 3 count there. And man, that would have been very demoralizing for Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish if they just went down just like that. Now, that's not to, diss them in any way, but to go down that early, even after winning the tag team titles very, very early and only a couple episodes ago, and Bobby Fish now. Bobby Fish helping out his partner. Wow. Bobby Fish helping out his partner here. That was a very weird camera shot there by our cameraman. Count of 4 here. Now, Champion's Advantage does work here in this match. And the mounted punches here on Carl Anderson. But the Undisputed Era do not want to win this via countout as Kyle O'Reilly gets back out to the outside, waiting for Carl Anderson to get into the ring. As normally the Undisputed Era would gladly take a count-out victory, but that is something that we don't like champions to do. Like, that is something that the Undisputed Era wouldn't mind taking, and as a champion, I wouldn't mind taking that either. If I were tag team champions, I wouldn't mind taking that either. But considering it is a title match after all, you definitely want to make sure that you win it because you beat them, not because you took an easy way out and got yourself got the other opponent counted out. Like, to me, that's not as rewarding as pinning your opponent or making your opponent tap out here, as Luke Gallows trying to fight back here against Kyle O'Reilly. Irish whip. Oh, and look at that big splash in the corner there from the big man here. Now working on the leg of Kyle O'Reilly here and forcing the knee down into the canvas. But Kyle O'Reilly fighting back here against the big man of Luke Gallows, but an elbow only sends him down to one knee, and a kick. And that'll at least allow him to tag in Bobby Fish here. Now Bobby Fish is in this match here, as Luke Gallows tried to make the tag to Carl Anderson, but Bobby Fish was right there to stop that from happening. And a big boot there to Bobby Fish. But again, wearing down the big man and Luke Gallows. Like, obviously, you can tell here, like, with the ability to see, you can see that Luke Gallows definitely has a tremendous size advantage and possibly even power advantage over Bobby Fish. But if you can wear down a big man like that, definitely helps, as Carl Anderson is in this match now after Luke Gallows making the hot tag, and now he's going to take a breather on the outside, tried for a kick to the side of the face, but Bobby Fish got out of the way, obviously, and a super kick right there. But it seems that Bobby Fish just no-sold that right in the face of Carl Anderson. Bobby Fish is having nothing of this right now, as he wants to retain the titles with his partner in Kyle O'Reilly. Now, both of these teams have a lot of chemistry, so it's really hard to kind of predict which one would come out on top. And a cutter there from Carl Anderson as maybe, I think Bobby Fish looked for that kick there, and Carl Anderson almost got the victory off of the cutter. Now Carl Anderson looking to wear down Bobby Fish here with a couple of cranks to the neck. Bobby Fish with a couple of elbows to the midsection. Pushing him away now. Oh, but that is the wrong corner. That is the wrong corner for Bobby Fish to be in right now. Bobby Fish quickly realizing that and dragging the lifeless body of Carl Anderson there to his corner. And now look at this double team. No, he tried for the double team, but Carl Anderson saw that one coming. But Bobby Fish with a couple of kicks to the back of the leg. Now trying to go for that kick again and gets the kick to the side of the head. But now Bobby Fish goes down to one knee, and that may have busted Carl Anderson open, and it appears it did. Going for the pin here. 1, 2. And Carl Anderson kicked out. Even without the help of Luke Gallows. And a sidewalk slam there. Kyle O'Reilly is down for the count for the moment. Turning his attention to Carl Anderson. As Carl Anderson almost making the tag. To Luke Gallows now working on the leg. Trying to get it loosened up for that fish hook. Ooh, but a big clothesline there as Carl Anderson looked to come back. But the Undisputed Era proving their worth here. Against a tag team like Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Middle of the ring now. What's Bobby Fish going for here? Oh, going for that fish hook submission. Going for that fish hook submission here on Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson writhing in pain, trying to hang on. But he can't. And the Undisputed Era have retained their tag team titles. Wow. After that brutal match that we saw last episode with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson against an unlikely team-up in Aleister Black and Cedric Alexander, it seemed like the tag team was in sync there, but it appeared that Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson were out of sync here tonight when it mattered most. And the Undisputed Era continue their tag team title reign. What's with the New Day celebration? What's with the trombone? Why does Bobby Fish got a trombone in his hand? I have no idea. That doesn't... It appears to be the New Day celebration for whatever reason, but I guess they're celebrating in a different way. As we move on to the next match, and we have Luna Outlaw versus Mercy Phantom here for the RCW Women's Championship. Now, I had mentioned that I'll be going over a little bit of history here surrounding Luna Outlaw and the Outlaws and this decorated women's title here. Now, Luna Outlaw had beat her own sister Sky Outlaw in a bout that had to be restarted because of Luna's arm being underneath the rope as Sky went for the pin. Referee didn't see it, counted the 3 anyway, but a couple of replays that we looked at determined that Luna's arm was underneath the rope, thus it had to be restarted. And in that restart, Luna Outlaw was able to capture the title. However, when it came to retaining that title and having to defend that title, she fell short against the Well Diamond. And the Well Diamond was able to capture the title. And then she got another opportunity to gain that title back against the Well Diamond in a rematch, and she came up short yet again. So I have to say there's a little bit of less self-confidence. KP Gaming, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. There's a little bit of self-confidence that needs to be boosted from Luna Outlaw's take, I guess, for not being able to retain the title, let alone gain it again when you have the opportunity. But let's see if she can rewrite history here and capture the title. As we skip the introductions, obviously, as the introductions are off. You watching the Rumble Sunday? Hell yeah, man. The Royal Rumble is definitely one of my favorite pay-per-views, for sure. So I'll definitely be watching this Sunday. Also, if you're just joining us and you're wondering what the hell this is RCW. This is Season 6 of my wrestling universe. So this is all... I shouldn't say all custom because it contains WWE superstars, but this is my custom universe with all my custom championships and some custom superstars with the help of a roster. The only reason why we're using 2K19, obviously, because 2K20 has its problems in universe mode and custom stuff, especially with custom championships. Who do I think is going to win? I think Roman is going to win the Men's Royal Rumble because I believe that he should win because of the comeback story. To me, it would be a good idea to have a comeback story there for him. As far as the women's, I want Sasha Banks to win because I want Sasha to turn face, to turn on Bayley, and then set up a really good match at WrestleMania for her to win the Raw or the SmackDown Women's title, which is a title that Sasha has yet to win, and it would just be a great end to Bayley's reign, and I guarantee it would help out Sasha's character as well as Bayley's character, and those two women put out the best in each other in NXT, and I would just love to see those women fight again. You can check out my website there. There's a link in chat. You can check that out. Or you can enter the command web, ! Web, and you will get another link there. That is my website where you can check out anything and everything wrestling. I write blogs. I did write a blog on Bayley and how WWE can pay that off and make her heel turn not wasted. I also write blogs on Superstar, which I call a Superstar Spotlight, which every week I write about a superstar, either retired, a legend, such as like Stone Cold or Mick Foley, and talk about their career and why, they're important. And or maybe in Jon Moxley's case, which is the latest blog, I talked about how he became a star in AEW and how I liked his character back in CZW, which is Combat Zone Wrestling, over his Dean Ambrose character. I didn't really like the Dean Ambrose character as a person who has seen him on Keith Lee. I wouldn't mind seeing Keith Lee win either. I love that man. Congrats to him on winning the NXT North American Championship. I really like him a lot. I really think he's very athletic, especially for his size. I wouldn't think a man of his size and stature would be able to hit a moonsault, or would hit a moonsault. But I love him. and I just love how much the crowd like digs him and everything. So I would definitely love to see him come out with a victory. As far as Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan, I really think that's a great feud. I'm loving that feud right now. I really think that if Bray Wyatt's going to challenge anybody at WrestleMania, yeah, Vader did it. Yeah, Vader is a bigger man. Yeah, Vader did do it. Keep forgetting that was one of the things that he did, but you know, you don't. What I mean is like you don't see that often. You don't see a big man like that hitting a move that's as acrobatic as a moonsault is. Luna Outlaw throwing back the champion inside the ring. Now champion's advantage does apply here, as Mercy Phantom can easily get a count-out victory if she wants to. But I doubt she would be looking for that. There's a knee strike there and a huge spine buster there from Luna Outlaw. We haven't seen that in a while. Deciding to take a little bit of a breather, but she can't take too much of a breather as this is a championship match. And she definitely does not want to repeat history and not come out with the tag team titles. And obviously she doesn't like the crowd too much from that gesture. Turning her around into a big lariat, turning Mercy inside out here. Looking for the pin here and a rope break. Maybe her other foot was underneath the rope a little bit. It's a rookie mistake there by Luna Outlaw as she looks for the blackout here, but Mercy pushes her away. Now plowing her over with his shoulder tackle here, and now just slamming the back of the head there of Luna into the canvas. Now what's Mercy going for here? Whatever it is, it can't be good. And wow, look at the athleticism there for Mercy as she goes for the pin and only gets a 1 count here. Now the thing that you got to know about Luna Outlaw is that she's very resilient. She won't go down without a fight as Mercy looks for no mercy here. Luna saw that coming, tried for an elbow, but no, and a spine buster of her own. Mercy connects with that one. Now into another pin here. Not even a 1 count. Not even a 1 count. You got to wear down the Outlaws. All the Outlaws, Jason Outlaw, Bryan Outlaw, all of them are very quick and athletic as they train together as brother and sister and cousin, as Jack Outlaw just came back after he was presumed dead from an UAV accident, as he is a former soldier of the United States Army. And Luna quickly going out after the champion here. Ooh, but Mercy throwing her into the barricade. Count of 3 here. Luna realizing that and going back into the ring, breaking the count up. And shoving Mercy's back into the barricade. Count of 3 again. Ooh, but Mercy fighting back now. Throwing Luna back into the ring now. Trying to double knees in the corner. Cain Velasquez, I think he will eliminate Brock. That match at Crown Jewel was absolutely god-awful. So I'm at least hoping that Brock doesn't last too long in the Rumble, because we all know that we can't stand him. And I think he's a great wrestler. I just think that with his UFC background, that he would be doing a lot more than just German suplex, F5. I really think that if he utilized his moveset a lot more and they didn't make him like a part-timer like he is, I think he would be a lot, like, people would like to see him a lot more. Because, and honestly, he does not need, the problem I have with Brock Lesnar is that he does not need the title to have people show up just because everybody knows who Brock Lesnar is. You know what I mean? You know, with a guy like that, you know, even if you don't watch UFC, or didn't watch UFC when he was doing it, like, you know who he is. And so, like, to me, he doesn't need the title to be relevant. Like, if you have Brock Lesnar on the card, or if you have Brock Lesnar at Raw, people are going to show up regardless. Yeah, they might be setting something up. I honestly think what would be cool is if Roman, like, beat or went into the Royal Rumble, won it, and then challenged Brock for the WWE title on Raw, and then beat him at WrestleMania. The only reason is because I want Bray Wyatt to win at WrestleMania. I don't want Bray Wyatt to lose again like he lost to Randy Orton. I'd rather have him win. And, you know, it would just be 10 times better here. As Mercy looks for no mercy here on Luna, trying to get the win here, trying to retain her title, but Luna kicks out at 2. And Mercy can't believe that she just witnessed Luna kicking out. But like I said, it's that toughness coming into play. It's that anxiety kind of possibly getting the best of Luna here. She does not want to repeat history, as I've mentioned. She wants to rewrite the history books here. Ooh, and an elbow here from Mercy and a shoulder tackle there, plowing her over. But Mercy is not going to go down without a fight either. This is her first title defense. Ooh, but a little bit of a rake to the eyes. Referee didn't see it in a spear. It's something we've seen her hit on Charlotte a couple times in the My Career universe. And in case you're not familiar with that series, you can check that out on my YouTube channel. You can enter the command YT, just the letters YT, for my YouTube, as I do other stuff outside of streaming as well. And a spine buster there. Luna is right in the driver's seat as she's tossing Mercy out to the outside, as it appears she wants to finish Mercy for good here. Got that drop kick. Now looking for this blackout here on the outside. Look at these quick strikes here. Turning Mercy's lights out. Tried for a drop kick, but Mercy was a little too far away there. A little too far away. Now deciding to go back out here. To the outside. Oh, Mercy went for the elbow, turning around into the taunting here on the outside. Now Luna doing a little bit of gloating. And again, going back to the outside now. Referee has to restart the count every time one of these ladies goes back to the outside. Now looking to end this here. Kick to the midsection here. Powerbomb through the announce table. And now Mercy is left motionless. But now she's starting to stir again. And Luna looking to pull out all the stops here. So that she can get that title. Oh, now she's going for the final exclamation point. Spear through the barricade. As if a powerbomb through the announce table was not enough. Count of 7, like I said, the title cannot change hands via countout. This is crazy right now. You can tell the determination here from Luna is, I don't think I've ever seen her do that simultaneously in matches. A powerbomb through the announce table and a spear through the barricade. But Mercy kicked out at 2. Mercy kicked out. But that may have fired up Luna. She wants this bad. She wants the glory again of winning the title. Looking for that blackout again. Connects with that, going into the pin here. 1, 2, and Mercy again with the kick out. Now looking for the dawning. This is something we've already seen her connect with already. But Mercy reversed. Mercy reversed the dawning here. Now yanking on the leg there. As Mercy looks to connect with No Mercy here. Looking to connect with No Mercy. And Mercy connects. 1, 2, 3. And Mercy retains her title. Mercy retains her title as Luna tried so hard. But I think she got a little bit too greedy there. She tried to find a way to get Mercy to stay down through a powerbomb through the table and a spear through the barricade, but that wasn't enough. Well, let's check out some of these things here in the highlight reel. Let's check out some of these replays here. So we got some acrobatic plays here. Luna fighting out of the No Mercy the one time there, and hitting No Mercy there the first time. And obviously you're going to see some of these moves here on the outside. There's that powerbomb through the announce table. Let's see here. Let me look at the... You can't see the foot. The other foot. You can't see the foot, which is kind of strange. Because this has happened once before. Remember what I said at RCW Anarchy? Where Luna had her foot underneath, or the arm underneath the rope. But this time it may be her other foot. I can't tell. I can't tell there, but it appears because it's from the camera angle. I can't tell whether or not she has her foot underneath the rope or not. I don't know. Like I said, I had to go through, last time this happened, I had to go through the replays. I had to go through this. This is what I had to go through. I had to go through the highlight reel, check out some of the replays, and see whether or not Luna Outlaw's foot was underneath, or Luna Outlaw's arm was underneath the rope, because this is exactly what happened to her last time. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's hard to tell. Like I said, you can't see it. Referee can. I think like a little bit of her toe is underneath that rope there. You can see like it's the edge of the left leg. Underneath it appears that I can't see it. Like I said, I can't see it. But you can, if you look real close after the pin's over. See, watch. 2 and then 3. You can see a little bit of the white, the glowing white, is underneath the rope. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I have no idea. That's a little bit of controversy. That's a little bit of controversy, to say the least. We already had one match restart. We may have to. There has got to be a clear winner here. And the referee didn't even see it. Her foot was underneath the rope. It only takes a little bit of the edge. Same thing happened with Paige and Charlotte at Survivor Series, where Charlotte locked in the figure 8 and her arm was underneath the rope during that submission and had a rematch. I don't know. We may have to, guys. We may have to. And I think that's what we're going to do. We have to find a winner. We have to have a clear winner of the match. We can't have controversies. Now, normally in the WWE, that would stand. But now, the ladies got to fight again. Luna fell short the first time, but her foot was underneath the rope. A little bit of the white, as you can see there, her white boots there, the glowing white. And maybe if it weren't for that, we wouldn't be in this position right now. We wouldn't be in the position that we are in right now. Mercy would be champion. She still is champion. She still is. As of right now. And a big knee strike there. As Mercy is probably not too happy about this match being restarted. But like I said, we've had this happen before in RCW with the same ref. We fired our first ref due to many controversies, and I would hate to have to fire this guy. I would hate to have to fire this guy too. Elbow there, reversal. Luna, what's she going for here? Pile driver there. Different style of pile driver. See the rope break there. The rope break that probably should have happened. In the last match. Didn't happen there. We tried for a knee. Oh, but Luna got all turnbuckle there. As Mercy's taking advantage now. I wonder what Michael Cole and Byron Saxton and Corey Graves would be saying about this, but looking to get the victory here. And a count of 2. Now we can clearly see both ladies need to make sure that where they're doing their pins and submissions. Couple of knee strikes there to the midsection as Luna's trying to fight back here. Luna knows that she doesn't want the same BS to happen to her again. Looking for the blackout here. On Mercy and a blackout. This is exactly where Luna was. Where Mercy just fell there. That was exactly where she was. Now I can say for certainty here that rope breaks aren't going to be a problem there as it's right in the middle of the ring, but a kick out at 1. And look at this standing moonsault here. As Luna's going up top here now. Luna's going up top. Elbow drop there. That's patented Outlaw moves right there. 1, 2. And almost got Mercy there. Now going after again with another standing moonsault. Looking for the dawning, but no. Mercy reversed. Looking for no mercy here, perhaps. Oh, but Luna found a way to get out of it in a spear. A spear. Looking for the dawning again. Dawning here. Perfect positioning for the ref. 1, 2, and Mercy kicked out. Mercy kicked out of the dawning. She could have said bye-bye to her title just now, but a drop kick to the back here. And Luna can't stop. She's got to keep going. She's got to keep going here. And a Spanish fly here from Mercy. It's Mercy again bashing the head of Luna into the mat. Mercy is absolutely pissed off right now. As she should be champion. But a technicality obviously preventing that from happening and a kick out at 1. Well, she still is champion technically, but looking for that pile driver again. The momentum dragged Mercy over to the middle of the ring and a kick out at 2 again. There's got to be something. There's got to be something for Luna to do, and she knows exactly what she needs to do here. Hit another dawning again. Dawning again. Rolling her over. 1, 2. No. Again. Mercy kicked out. What's Luna going to do here? This diving headbutt there. Very risky. Don't want to get any concussions or anything. Don't want to get any concussions. Looking to grab her again. Dawning again. It's right on the logo here, right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3, and Luna is able to capture the title. After the controversy that we had just seen there, after multiple looks at the replays in last match, it was determined that a little bit of Luna's toe basically was underneath the bottom rope, which should have been a rope break there. I don't know how the referee didn't notice that the first time round. But Luna was able to come through the second time. And able to capture it. Give me that, as she would say there. And Luna is the RCW Women's Champion once again, folks. Wow. That is crazy. She's saying, come and get it. And now she is the RCW Women's Champion. Wow. Controversy again. But really, would it be controversy if the Outlaws weren't a part of it? I don't think so. As we have a 2 out of 3 falls match here next. With Buddy Murphy and Randy Orton, as Randy Orton looks to defend his RCW Carnage title here against Buddy Murphy. Now, Buddy Murphy, how did he win this, you may ask? Or how did he earn this opportunity, I should say? He won a 6-man match, which should have been a 6-man battle royal, but ended up, due to a technicality, ended up being a 6-man match, 6-man match nonetheless. And he was able to earn his right here to face Randy Orton. Randy Orton at the Liberation pay-per-view was able to knock off Samoa Joe, thus retaining his RCW Carnage title. But Buddy Murphy looks to change that up here as we get ready for this match. Let's exclude the introductions here. Buddy Murphy makes his way out here. He looks really good in 2K20 though. Like, his character model looks pretty damn amazing. But Buddy Murphy here, as he comes out getting ready for this match. Here against this man, and he hears voices in his head and they talk to him. The RCW Carnage Champion, Randy Orton. As he takes a look at that title. And he knows that he's going to have to do anything and everything in his Viper power. He's got venom going through his veins. And he must use that said venom to take down Buddy Murphy to retain his title. In a 2 out of 3 falls match, this is simple. One fall doesn't win it. This is 2 out of 3 falls. However, if one of these men were to get down 1-0, that would mean they would have to climb a steep slope and earn 2 falls to become the victor. And in these types of matches, anything can happen. And it appears that Randy Orton is prepared for anything. As we get this underway, folks. And there it is, the RCW Carnage title, held by Bryan Outlaw, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, obviously Randy Orton here. Now Buddy Murphy has his chance. Here we go. Buddy Murphy starting off with a running forearm to the face. And you hear the chants of Randy, Randy as they are behind him here. Here at RCW Destiny, here we go. We're seeing these quick strikes here from Buddy Murphy. Referee's telling Buddy Murphy to pull him away. And he does, but Randy Orton catches the leg in a dragon screw leg whip here. And Randy Orton definitely making sure that Buddy Murphy does not take away his RCW Carnage title here tonight. Buddy Murphy going to work anything and everything in his power to make sure he takes that RCW Carnage title away. He beat 5 other men to earn this opportunity. So if he's unable to, if he comes up short tonight, it might as well be nothing. Not to take that accomplishment away, but think about it. You go through 5 men to get here just to lose. You know, that would be very demoralizing for somebody like Buddy Murphy. Especially since this is his first title match here in RCW. So this is his first taste. Or could be his first taste, I should say. Don't want to jinx him. His first taste of gold here. Is a kick out at 1. Again, this is 2 out of 3 falls. As you can see, the points marker here above the HUD here of Buddy Murphy and Randy Orton. So pay close attention here. Randy Orton taking down Buddy Murphy. Now the RCW Carnage champion retaining his title at RCW Liberation, like I had mentioned. Looks to do that again here. Uh-oh. Looking for this vintage DDT here from Randy Orton, and he connects. Randy Orton does not want to waste any valuable time, as Randy Orton's looking to go to that place. Looking to go to that place. RKO to Buddy Murphy, looking to go up 1 fall to nothing. And he does! Very quickly, Randy Orton took 1 RKO. Just 1. For Randy Orton to go up 1 to nothing. Now, Buddy Murphy has a steep hole to climb here. He's got to get 2 falls now to win this. 2. As again, Randy Orton not allowing Buddy Murphy even the time of day here to come back here in this match. And it's very wise. Clothesline after clothesline here. Power slam here from Randy Orton. And now the stomps from the RCW Carnage champion. And a huge stomp to the face for good measure. But not choosing to go for the RKO. That may end up bad for him. Buddy Murphy planting Randy Orton with a face buster there. 1, 2. Looking to tie it up. No. Randy Orton kicks out. Randy Orton kicks out at 2, but a standing shooting star press there from Buddy Murphy. Again, Buddy Murphy refusing to go down, looking for Murphy's Law, but no. Randy Orton caught him. Randy Orton caught him. I thought he might have been going for that vintage DDT there, but no. Snapmare takedown, kick to the back. Now, if I were Buddy Murphy, I'd go after that shoulder. That is definitely deemed to be a problem for Randy Orton here in the past. But a drop kick there. And Randy Orton is reeling right now, trying to get himself up using the ropes for leverage, but Buddy Murphy saw that one coming. And stops it right away. Now Buddy Murphy again with a face buster. Right in the middle of the ring, looking to tie this one up. And Randy Orton again with a kick out. Randy Orton yet again with another kick out. You can see how much heart is in Buddy Murphy as he's not willing to give up, but can say the same about Randy Orton. Picking him up here. Looking for Murphy's Law. And he connects with it. Rolling into the cover here right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. And now Buddy Murphy, just like that, has tied it up. Now we are at 1 fall to a finish now. 1 fall to a finish. And Randy Orton's looking to make that finish real quick with another Vintage DDT from Randy Orton, and now Buddy Murphy's busted open. Buddy Murphy is busted open. But that doesn't seem to faze him too much, as he knows exactly what's at stake here. Double shooting star press there. Standing shooting star press, excuse me. Double axe handle there to Randy Orton. Looking for another face buster right there to Randy Orton. Looking to win this here. And Randy says no. Randy says no. Uh-oh, but Randy now. Randy coming back, and now a stomp to the arm. Working over the leg of Buddy Murphy now. But what a comeback we are seeing from Buddy Murphy, though. To tie it up to 1, but he still has a while to go before he can call himself champion, rubbing the blood of Buddy Murphy onto the top rope there in the middle of the ring now. Buddy Murphy finds himself in a pickle. Irish whip to the corner. Oh, we possibly look for an RKO above there, but maybe, I don't know. It's hard to read Randy Orton. You don't know when the Viper is going to strike, and another knee to the midsection. Lifting up Randy now with a suplex. Now, Buddy Murphy, you do not want to gloat here. Keep your eye on the prize. And that is to call yourself RCW Carnage Champion. Oh, but Buddy Murphy maybe getting his momentum stopped right here, right now. This cannot be good here. Looking for another DDT. Another DDT to Buddy Murphy. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. Buddy Murphy just got the shoulder up. But now Randy Orton choosing not to go for the RKO. Very bad decision. Very bad decision. I would have gone right for the RKO right then and there, but Randy Orton, I don't know if I should question him, but I am going to. Why not go for the RKO right after that DDT? That is something that he does in almost every match that I've seen him in, but he's not doing it now. As Buddy Murphy hits the face buster once again. Dragging him to the middle of the ring, making sure there is no rope break involved. And again, Randy Orton with the kick out. It may take a Murphy's Law to get Randy Orton to stay down. Oh, but Randy Orton says no. And now Randy with those vintage stomps. Huge stomp to the face. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. Again, Buddy Murphy. Proving his heart here. Refusing to go down. As the RCW Carnage Champion, Randy Orton, again finds himself in a pickle here. What is it going to take for Buddy Murphy to stay down? It may take an RKO because that's what got him to stay down the first time. But Randy Orton continuing to decide to go against it and not go for that RKO. Back suplex here. Back first onto the hardest part of the ring in the apron. But Randy Orton throwing Buddy Murphy back into the ring now. Trying for a stomp, but no. Buddy Murphy just throwing his face into the mat, and now Randy Orton is busted open. Randy Orton busted open now. We're going to go for that face buster again. Or brain buster, excuse me. I kept calling it the face buster. It's a brain buster, excuse me for that. We're going to get the win here. But Randy Orton with the kick out again. What's it going to take? What's it going to take for the Viper to stay down? And it may take a Murphy's Law, but again, Randy Orton reverses out of it. This could spell bad for Buddy Murphy as Randy Orton again going for that DDT. The referee seemed just as terrified as we are. One, no. Buddy Murphy again with the kick out. Randy Orton still refusing to go for that RKO, but now he is. Now he is. He's looking to go to that place. Looking to go to that place. RKO. 1, 2. Oh my Lord. Buddy Murphy just kicked out of the RKO, but Randy Orton's looking to charge it up again. RKO again. 1, 2. No, Buddy Murphy kicked out of the RKO again. Buddy Murphy just kicked out of the RKO twice. 2 times. Oh my. Look at the forehead of Buddy Murphy. Bleeding everywhere. Kicks out of the RKO not once, but twice. Battling back here against Randy Orton in a drop kick. This is just absolutely crazy right now. The fact that either one of these men are moving is beyond me. Irish whip into the corner. Randy Orton looking to do something there, but Buddy Murphy catches him. Tried for a drop kick. No. No drop kick, but an RKO. RKO. 1, 2, 3. And Randy Orton retains his title. Oh my. It didn't take 1. It didn't take 2. It took 3. I think he hit 4 actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4 RKOs for Buddy Murphy to finally go down. But what heart in Buddy Murphy. But it wasn't enough. To beat the Viper. Wow. What a match. As we move on to our next match, guys. And I think you guys are going to love this one. And it is Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins in a no-holds-barred match. You know, if you watched the past couple episodes of RCW leading up to the RCW Destiny pay-per-view, these two have been playing mind games with each other for the past couple of weeks now. And now it has come to this epic conclusion in a no-holds-barred match. Now the rules are simple. No countouts, no disqualifications, no holds barred. These men can do anything with each other. Go backstage. Absolutely anything to each other in this match. And I guarantee that's what we are going to see here. We still have our main event to come as Bryan Outlaw will take on Zero, the RCW World Champion for the RCW World Championship. As we have Kenny Omega making his way out here. Now Kenny Omega likes to hit the one-winged angel as well as the V-trigger knee strike. Possibly, definitely one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and I'm just happy to have him here on the RCW roster. As here we go, we have Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins, that is, making his way out here. Now Seth Rollins, he is a former RCW Carnage champion. He is the reason why Bryan Outlaw came to RCW, training him before his debut in Season 2, I believe. Maybe even Season 1. I forget. It's been a long time. But nonetheless, Seth Rollins, a good friend of the Outlaws. And Bryan's definitely got to be pulling for Seth Rollins here in this match. As he gets ready for his match, which comes up next after this one here. But Kenny, not looking to wait here. Not looking to wait for Seth Rollins, but a poke to the eyes. A poke to the eyes. And Seth Rollins looking to get the advantage over Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega with the reversal. Turns it around and a big knee strike already. Looking to end it early. One. No. And Kenny definitely pulling out all the stops here, but Seth Rollins rushing in a sling blade. But Kenny Omega grabbing the foot of Seth Rollins and a dragon screw leg whip. And this has come unhinged. And again, turning him around and a knee strike. Again to Seth Rollins. And Kenny Omega saying, come on, get up, Seth. Now looking for that sleeper hold here. Sleeper hold trying to get Seth Rollins to pass out here. But no. Oh, but a kick right to the side of the face. Remember, this is no holds barred. So this can leave the ring if necessary. And I guarantee that's what's going to happen here in this match. I don't think we're going to see this not leave the ring. And Kenny Omega is right. Kenny Omega picking up a sledgehammer, hitting Seth Rollins with it as he comes in. Seth Rollins firing back, hitting the handle of the sledgehammer into the midsection of Kenny Omega and a sling blade there. Trying to slow down the quick striking Kenny Omega. This rivalry has been building up for weeks now. And like I said, it's going to come to a conclusion here. Kick to the back now. Seth Rollins in huge trouble here. V-trigger knee strike. A V-trigger knee on Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins with the kick out. Again, this is no holds barred. And now Kenny grabbing a chair now. Kenny deciding to grab a steel chair, but Seth Rollins firing back, taking that steel chair away. Elbow from Seth. Tried for a kick from Kenny Omega, but Seth grabbed the foot. And a suplex there from Kenny. Now looking for a chair shot. A chair shot right to the head of Seth Rollins. And like I said, these two are going to beat the living hell out of each other. And they're going to take advantage of the no-holds-barred rules. We've seen how crazy these matches can get. And I think we're going to see just how much these men hate each other in another knee strike. Looking to end this here. With Seth Rollins again with the kick out. Going to the apron now, calling. Telling Seth to get up. Telling Seth to get up. I wonder what Kenny had in mind, but a little bit of mind games. Classic Kenny. Now Seth Rollins grabbing the chair now. Kenny again taking it away. Uh-oh. Looking for a one-winged angel here on the outside. One-winged angel here on the outside, but pins don't count. This isn't a false count anywhere. This is not a false count anywhere. So it's not going to work. Although it will do some damage. Throwing Seth back into the ring. And I think Kenny may have wanted to possibly use the announce table. But a super kick there to Seth Rollins. Right to the face of Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins again kicks out. Trying to possibly drag Seth Rollins over. But a neck breaker there from Seth is Seth trying to power back in this match. Seth with a huge sling blade. Now trying to go for that super kick. But Kenny somehow finding a way out of it, I don't know what Kenny Omega was doing, trying to channel his inner Street Fighter. We know that he loves to play all those video games, but didn't help him out here. Pushing Seth away now. Now he's telling Seth to come with him towards the ramp. No holds barred rules. It seems that these two are going to battle it out on the stage. And Kenny Omega is doing a little bit of redecorating. But Seth Rollins looking to possibly drag this back to the ring. That's the only place they can win it. But Kenny says no. And again, Seth Rollins grabbing Kenny Omega. Multiple shots to the midsection. Looking for a pile driver on the stage. And now Seth Rollins is busted open here. But Seth Rollins somehow coherent enough. I don't know how many people would be after taking a pile driver on the stage, let alone the ring, but stage isn't as forgiving as the ring is. Stepping towards that announce table, trying for that super kick, but no. Seth Rollins trying for a super kick of his own. This is definitely a dream match here. Letting him go. But Kenny Looking for one-winged angel again. Connecting with the one-winged angel here on the outside. But like I said, none of this is going to matter if it's not in the ring. And these men can punish the hell out of each other if they feel like it. As Kenny tried to lean Seth Rollins. They're on the announce table. But to no avail as Seth Rollins bringing Kenny back. Bringing Kenny back to the ring, where this match must conclude. But it seems that Kenny is in no rush of getting this match back in the ring. He still has the announce table here at ringside. Seth Rollins is like, no, I'm not going to the outside of the ring. Seth Rollins begging Kenny to get back in the ring, but seems like they're going to play by Kenny's rules. Kenny just tosses him in the ring anyway. Again, these mind games that these two have been playing with each other. Seth Rollins looked for a curb stomp, but no curb stomp today. Seth Rollins looking for a Falcon Arrow, and he connects. And a knee, and now Kenny's busted open. We're going to chop there. Oh, but now Kenny looking for a power bomb, and he connects into a pin. 1, 2, but Seth Rollins kicks out. Seth Rollins with the wherewithal to kick out of that powerbomb. Now Kenny looking for that knee, but Seth Rollins got out of the way. Now these two heading out to the outside once again. A majority of this match has been spent on the outside of the ring. They're really just playing mind games with each other. Not much else. But Kenny Omega's looking to do something very bad to Seth Rollins here. He couldn't do it up on the stage, but he's going to do it here. Driving Seth Rollins head first through the announce table. Now throwing Seth back in. One, two, and Seth kicked out again. And another knee strike into a cover. 1, 2, and Seth again kicked out. Seth refusing to go down to Kenny Omega. The mind games, the amount of hate that these two have for each other. There's something else now. Seth Rollins looks to go up top. Seth Rollins with a splash onto Kenny Omega. And Kenny kicks out. Possibly looking for the curb stomp now. There's nowhere for Kenny to go if Seth hits this. but a reversal. Lifting him up into the electric chair. And to a suplex, though. And Seth kicks out again. Seth kicks out again. I swear, some of Kenny Omega's suplexes are just absolutely amazing to watch. And Seth Rollins looks for that Meteora, but Kenny had other ideas. Looking to submit Seth Rollins here, but he realizes that's not going to work as he lets it go. He doesn't see any toys that he can use here, so he's going to go back to the stage. In which he tried to get rid of Seth Rollins the first time round. And Kenny's right there waiting. Tried for a kick, but no. These men just trying to figure out a way to make the other go down. Trying to get him towards the announce table, and Seth Rollins again fighting back. Making sure that doesn't happen. Now lifting up Seth Rollins now. Looking to drag him over to the announce table once again. But again, Seth not allowing that to happen. And it seems like Kenny Omega just doesn't know what to do at this point. Neither does Seth Rollins. But Kenny going for that pile driver again here on Seth Rollins. He's got to figure out something. I mean, Kenny's got enough moves. As both of these two are below the stage now. Going all over the place now. Going all over the arena. Uh-oh. What's that doing? Seth with the float over DDT. Seth tried for the super kick. Now, this is a match I would definitely like to see at WrestleMania. If Kenny Omega was a part of the WWE, but he's not. Wouldn't mind seeing Randy Orton versus Kenny either. Or Jon Moxley. Because Jon Moxley's way different than Dean Ambrose. Persona-wise. Powerbomb again. And Seth again kicked out. This is ridiculous. Kenny Omega has tried everything. The announce table didn't work. None of this worked. And Seth Rollins is using that against him. And gets the super kick. 1, 2. No, Kenny kicked out. Kenny kicked out too. Going for the cover out of frustration. And Kenny kicked out again. I don't know what Seth was thinking. But to no avail now. Seth Rollins looking for that knee strike. 1, 2, no. Just a 1 count. Just a 1 count. And Seth Rollins still has no idea what he's got to do to get Kenny to stay down. And that elbow drop didn't work either as Kenny moved out. Kenny moved out of the way. Kick to the midsection. Possibly looking for the V-trigger. 1, 2, and Seth kicked out of the V-trigger. Kenny's looking for the one-winged angel. Turns Seth around into the electric chair. One-winged angel here. 1, 2. No, Seth kicked out again. And Kenny is beside himself. He's going to try to go for it again. He's got to do something. One-winged angel again. 1, 2, 3, and Seth finally stays down as Kenny Omega gets the victory over Seth Rollins. But these two beat the living hell out of each other. Seth Rollins, I believe he didn't even hit a curb stomp. But Seth Rollins had fought his way out of... tried to fight his way out with Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega just was a little too much for him. I don't know if the mind games of Kenny Omega before the match played into his head or what. But we move on to our main event here as Bryan Outlaw takes on Zero for the RCW World Championship. And now you may be wondering, why is Jason Outlaw coming out with him? And that reason is simple. Well, Chris Danger, the last time Zero and Bryan faced off, Chris Danger had spoiled the celebration of Bryan Outlaw. After Bryan Outlaw got a victory over Zero, which earned him this opportunity. And so think of Jason Outlaw as not necessarily an insurance policy, but as a way to make sure that there is no funny business. That this match is a clean match. And we will find out if it is exactly that. I don't know if Jason will get involved or whatever, but because the Outlaws do have a history of doing that. As the challenger, Bryan Outlaw makes his way out here now. Bryan Outlaw is in the Epic Wrestling League tournament along with Jason Outlaw as well as Max Mercury. My 3 wrestlers are going to be in there. It's going to be really exciting. I believe Chaotic is looking for 2 more now. There are 16 slots. And 16 men will compete, but only 8 will qualify in the tournament and only 1 will win. The the EWL World Heavyweight Championship. So that should be very exciting. I'm very excited to be a part of the tournament. And I can tell you guys, like we had a great turnout for the women's tournament. It was awesome. It was one of the greatest things that I've ever been a part of, like in my 11 years of creating content. Because I started YouTube at 10 years old. I had no capture card. I literally had my crappy laptop and a webcam, and that was it. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a capture card. I didn't have a capture card. Didn't even have an Xbox. Well, I think I did have an Xbox when I started making. No, I did not. Actually, I did not. I didn't have an Xbox until 2012, when I got a 360. My first real system was a Wii, and through my 10 years of creating content, I've met some really awesome people, especially since I started streaming about a year and a half ago, really seriously. Once I started RCW, I count August 21st of last year my streaming anniversary, because that's when I started taking streaming very seriously. I started RCW. I did that for a while, and then I did that for season 1. Because I wanted to see if it was something that I wanted to do. Because I have a tendency of doing this where, you know how like fads and trends are, where, they're trends and fads for a while and then they fade out and replace it with something else. Like literally that's what I thought I was going to do with RCW. I thought I was going to have fun with it for a while and then be bored of it. Because that's how I was with a lot of things. But as time went on, and as I started to add the Outlaws to the universe and add all these wrestlers to the universe and be more creative, it got to be the point where, it was a very serious thing. Now I have, a website and all that stuff now and everything else now, and it's pretty awesome. And I'm excited to be a part of the tournament and excited to collaborate with Chaotic further and with Young Sin as well as, all these WWE streamers that I've found myself making friendships with and professional relationships with, it's pretty awesome. And some of the viewers that have watched my YouTube stuff, and the people who comment on the YouTube stuff, and the guys that come in here, you guys that come in here and enjoy the universe, whether you're brand new or whether you're not brand new, or you're returning, or I've known you for a while as far as, viewer to streamer relationship wise. It's cool, and I greatly appreciate it, and I'm excited to see where it leads us. Bryan Outlaw with a huge clothesline in the corner here against Zero, and he's starting off and firing on all cylinders here against the RCW World Champion. Now the bigger man, perhaps the stronger man in Zero, looks to make that stop as he tried for a clothesline again in the corner, but Zero with a snap suplex. And now Zero going after Bryan now. Knee to the back. Bryan has had back problems in the past, as a lot of the Outlaws have. Now trying to wear down the quick Bryan Outlaw, but Bryan coming out. Getting out of that. Oh, tried for a super kick, but no. Missed it. Just a couple inches away. And that spinning elbow strike there. And a leg drop there from Zero. Into a pin. Not even a 1 count yet. Not even a 1 count. And dropping the knee. Working on that leg now. That'll definitely slow down the quickness of Bryan if he's unable to, if he has a bum leg. Now, Bryan Outlaw has quite the history for championships. He had cashed in the men's lottery case all the way back in season 2 against his best friend Seth Rollins as the Warden to become RCW Carnage champion. Obviously, Paige helped him defend that title by getting involved in matches. Speaking of getting involved in matches, it appears that Jason Outlaw has thrown a chair in here, but that's not going to help him because disqualifications do apply. So if Bryan Outlaw were to get disqualified here, then Zero would still come out with the title. As Jason cannot touch Zero either, as that'll lead to a disqualification. But Zero gets back up from the comeback, but Bryan taking him down. Trying to go to the second rope. Kicks Zero, though. Has him stunned. But Zero moves out of the way. And now Zero trying to come back. But Bryan stops it. And another kick to the face. I don't have to remove the turnbuckle skill or whatever. I guess I don't. Looking for the standing shooting star press, but no. Zero a little bit far away. I don't know if Bryan realized that, but that elbow busted Bryan wide open. And Bryan's bleeding now. With Zero looking to fire back as Bryan's had bruised ribs as well as back issues in the past. Oh my. Oh my, but Jason distracting the referee. One. Jason distracted the referee a little bit. And now distracting Zero. Allowing Bryan to get to his feet. And now Bryan plants Zero. I just knew that Jason was going to get involved in this. I knew it. As Zero may be in trouble here as Bryan looking for the guilty verdict. Looking to become RCW World Champion 1, 2, and 0. Just able to get the shoulder up. He goes after the referee, a big boot to the referee. Referee is knocked out for the time being. Trying for a chair shot, but no. Zero gets out of it. Oh, tried to use the chair. Zero. Tried to gain an advantage, and now Zero looking to finish off Bryan here. Zero looking to make Bryan tap out. Looking to make Bryan tap out here. But Bryan with a couple of kicks right to the face of Zero. As the referee gets rid of that chair. Now Bryan looking to go up top. Looking to set up the jailbreak DDT. Something we've seen him hit many, many times. Jailbreak DDT, and that busted Zero open. Goes into the cover, now looking for the win here. And Bryan is the new RCW World Champion. Bryan just beat Zero again. He is 2-0. I think he's 2-0 versus Zero in this season. I'm not sure if they faced off in the past here. But give the assist to Jason as he initially was just out there to make sure that Chris Danger didn't ruin this. But nonetheless, Bryan is the RCW World Champion. Tainted win or not, he's got the title. Tainted win or not, he's got the damn title, and it's right there. And that is our show, guys. Thank you guys for joining me today for another episode of the RCW Universe. So what this means is this is sort of the mid-season finale. So we're going to take a little bit of a short break, meaning that you guys are probably not going to see RCW for a little while. That doesn't mean that streams aren't going to happen. Just because RCW is going away for a little bit, that doesn't mean that that streams are just going to stop. That's not how things work. That's not how I operate. However, I'm happy that we were able to find a workaround as 2K20 is still not working the way it should. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. KP Gaming, thank you for the follow. I enjoyed talking to you about the Royal Rumble. And I'm excited for the Royal Rumble on Sunday. KP Gaming, if you're still in here, or if any of you are still in here, don't forget, I have a Discord there. I just entered the command there. You can join the Discord if you want to get in touch with me or stay in touch with me and you don't have any type of like Twitter or social media or anything like that. But you still want to find a way to interact with the stream and talk to Chaotic, talk to Young Sin, talk to Franchise, some of the guys that I've come to know. Definitely join that Discord server. It has anything and everything. We talk about TV shows, movies, wrestling, wrestling content. I also can offer some advice to those of you that are making your own content, like feedback or anything like that, or anything. Like I am more than happy to help you make your content better. If there's something that you think is missing from your content yourself, and you see what you see here, and you're like, I want to make content like that, or you watch my YouTube stuff and you see the My Career Universe mode, and you're like, I want to make my content like that. Well, you can. And I can easily tell you how to do that. I enjoy talking with you guys. I enjoy the interactions that I have with streaming and everything else. I really enjoy it. With this being the mid-season finale, and with me taking, I guess, not some time off from streaming per se, but time off from RCW to write some storylines for the second half of the season, I want to say thank you guys for an amazing 6.5 seasons of RCW. Since we started it, I have to say that my community has grown tremendously. Between doing RCW and having it there, and you guys loving these characters and loving the storylines and just loving the world that is RCW. And this is all through a video game. This isn't like Monday Night Raw or anything like that. But the fact that you guys view it like that, like, oh, I'm going to watch RCW for 2 hours or an hour this week or whatever. Because the average wrestling show is 2 hours long. And the fact that you guys make it a part of your daily lives, or whenever I stream, to watch all of this stuff unfold is awesome. I try to create good storytelling because that is something that is missed a lot in wrestling nowadays. I try to create compelling stories for you guys to enjoy and for you guys to be entertained by. And that's what I've done with the Outlaw characters. I feel like I've done that. And you guys relate to the Outlaw characters. I try to make characters that you guys relate to. I try to tell my life story a little bit in some way, shape, or form through these characters. So I'm sharing a part of me with you as the viewers of the stream. So I want to thank you guys for allowing me to do that. And I mean, even though that it's my stream and I can do whatever I want within reason, within the terms and conditions of Twitch and everything else, and the terms and conditions of YouTube, to know that you guys love it and that you guys actually want to see that stuff and you guys are intrigued and interested in that stuff is awesome, because there are not many people out there that are interested in a streamer's life story. You know what I mean? There's not many people out there that when I talk to them, like a lot of times when I talk to people, even my friends or whatever, or somebody that I just met, like a lot of times they don't like hearing life stories. They don't like hearing, simply because it just bores the hell out of them for whatever reason. Or, it's negative, or it's depressing, or whatever it is, triggering, whatever it is. And that's not what the Outlaw Stories is meant to be. It's meant to be to show that these characters are human too. They have human qualities. They have human flaws, just like we all do as real life human beings. And to show you guys that, and to tell you guys that, hey, these characters, they may look badass and they may look tough on screen, but they're going through some things too. And the whole point of the backstories of like Luna Outlaw and Sky Outlaw, those two series that are going to be on my website, and the storylines that are going through RCW, is a lot of the storylines that have to do with the Outlaws, and even in RCW, are based on like real things that have happened to me loosely or heavily, depending on the situation. And the whole point is to let somebody know that whatever struggles that they're going through, the Outlaws have gone through it too. Anxiety and depression and mental illness is a very common thing. And there's some people out there that view this entertainment, that watch this entertainment because they want to have something that they enjoy, and they want to, get their mind off of, the bad stuff that may be happening in their lives, or have something just to make themselves feel better about themselves or feel better about their lives. And that's what I think entertainment has the power to do. Entertainment has the power to influence you. It has the power to either make you sad, make you happy, whatever, and all those things. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand the power that streaming gives people, because anybody can hit that go live button. You don't need to have an Elgato or anything like that. And I'm not calling myself a social media influencer or any or anything special like that, but I feel like streamers are regular everyday people. They're entertainers, just like wrestlers that you see on TV, just in a different format. And what they do is important. And a lot of people that I've met through streaming, and a lot of viewers, like some of them view these streamers as their livelihood, as these people that make them smile on a bad day, that that give them hope or something, or however you want to describe it. And that's really what the Outlaws are. They embrace the whole outlaw gimmick is individuality over conformity, meaning that you yourself as a person, you are an individual. We're all individuals. And I remember in my sociology class that here in America, we almost treat life as if it is a competition. And a lot of people, they share stuff on social media, but they only share the stuff that they want you to see. They're not going to share stuff that, they don't want people to put out into the world. And that's the thing. Is like, you don't know what a person is going through just from a social media post. They could just be posting what people want them to see, or just to get likes, and then however they are feeling IRL or in that real life moment could be crappy and terrible. And life is not a competition. It's a journey. It's a place where we can learn and be mindful of other people, and that's something that is definitely missing nowadays. And that's what the Outlaws embrace. The Outlaws embrace that individualism, that you being your own person, sort of thing, and not letting other people decide where to put you, label you, or whatever. And labels, racism, and all, and the political climate that we are in right now, is a great example of just how backwards the world has gone. And, the Outlaws are only seen as bad people in this universe, as heels, simply because they are what's called radicals. And we always associate the word radical with something bad, like, terrorism, things like that. But in all reality, it's not that awful. That word just means you're open to things. You see the world for what it is, and you look at sides from both ways. Like, you don't side to one other side. Like, you're open to other ideas. And it seems to me that we've reached this point in society where you're either one or the other, right? And the Outlaws as characters, and the whole idea of being an outlaw. When I say be an outlaw, when I tell people be an outlaw, I tell them to literally be themselves. Be an individual. Don't assign yourself to a group because you feel that you need to, because you're peer pressured, or you feel like you need to be somebody else to be cool, or to, whatever. And the Outlaw family, the whole family with Sky, Luna, and all them, like, they are a family. They are brother and sister and cousin and all that. But they help each other. And that's the whole idea of the Outlaws. When you're an outlaw and you're a fan of them, if you're watching this right now, that means that you yourself as an individual have distinguished yourself as an individual, meaning that you don't let other people bully you into a box, or push you into a box, or label you into a box. And you let yourself be an individual no matter what is happening in the world. You can call yourself a conservative. You can call yourself a liberal, if you feel the need to do that. Like, if that is something that you classify yourself as, that's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just who you are. If that's part of who you are, and that's part of your value system, then so be it. What the Outlaws are is, it doesn't matter. They don't care about that stuff. They are themselves, regardless of, religious affiliation, political affiliation. They are themselves. They are them. Bryan is Bryan, Luna is Luna, and Sky is Sky. It's about being authentic instead of putting on this facade or whatever, and trying to be cool because society wants you to fit in. If we all fit in, then, and we all were just the same, we'd probably be the most boring species on this planet. If we were all the same people. We may be the same genetically, very similar in genetically, but we're different in more ways than one, and our uniqueness is what makes us who we are. And that's not meant to be a sociology thing or a philosophical kind of thing, but that's what the Outlaws are. And I hope that within the next season, or within the next half of the season of RCW, you begin to get even closer to the Outlaws as this whole entire series goes on, as the Luna Outlaws, My Career Universe Mode series goes on, and everything else. I hope that you guys love it, you guys vibe it, and I hope that I have you guys here for the long haul. Because we're all outlaws in a way. We're all individuals, and just because somebody tries to put you in a box doesn't mean you have to conform and put yourself there. Just because other people try to. So with that in mind, thank you guys for joining me today. I will be doing some recording to get the Luna Outlaw and Bryan Outlaw My Career Universe modes up to date, and to see you guys there on the YouTube side of things. Again, thank you guys for joining me. If you guys want to check out any of my YouTube content, there is the link there. You can also check out my website, which is right there. There you can access anything and everything wrestling, as well as the RCW episodes. The RCW episodes are on my YouTube channel as well, and everything else, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, I look forward to another awesome half of the season, and I will catch you guys next time.